Hello, welcome back to another HD video. Today we have another career mode episode. This time we have a game against Burnley at Turf Moor, of course. Turf Moor is a new Premier League stadium in this game, and it is looking pretty damn fine in it as well. Burnley, a promoted team, of course a very good team, but still pretty much a game which we need to win. And what a crunch and tackle that was from John Matip as well, and he's lucky that he made the player fall over in the end. Neto holds up the play. You can see actually where he held that up there, and the ball is played into Atsu, and it's a cheeky goal, and we have beat the 10-minute mark to score in. And that was an incredibly cheeky goal from Atsu. Let's be honest, it all started with that challenge, and that's why I put that John Matip tackle in, because it was superb. But as the ball was played out wide, excellent vision from Eto, an excellent pass in, but look the way that Atsu, just as the ball bounces up in front of him, just slightly lifts it off the ground and lobs it over the keeper with the outside of his boot. The keeper dived in the right direction. So it is pretty damn lucky that Atsu did sort of get that slight bit more power and propel underneath the ball to lift it off the ground. Otherwise it wouldn't have gone in and the keeper would have made a save. But as the ball on the edge of the box here is sort of chipped in by Oviedo, it's cleared back out to Barry, who plays it out wide first time to Coleman. He just tries to put it on the heads of our players, but in the end goes nowhere. Burnley break away. We have got men behind the ball, however, and that does mean that eventually we do manage to get the ball back here, despite Keane getting it in the offensive area. Keane is running into no man's land. He is under pressure from Atsu, and Atsu, who was absolutely outstanding in this game, got a chance, cut inside, gets between the defenders, shoots, and hits the inside of the post just before the 45th minute, just before half-time. And it would have been a great way to kick off the second half, going into the second half. It would have been a great way to end the first. Unfortunately, though, we couldn't double our scoreline, so it remains 1-0. Burnley is still in it, and as we do play the ball here to Morales with the scoop, plays it back to Coleman with the overlap. Atsu, who finds himself involved in everything in this game, cuts in, drives into the middle, has a pop at it. He pulls the trigger there, Atsu, and not too bad that he did in the end. It was over, but it wasn't like it was an absolutely terrible shot. But Wallace creeps into our box as well, which we shouldn't be allowing him to do. There's too much space on the edge of the area, and despite all the odds, despite all the pressure that we've put on them, Burnley managed to grab a goal back and maybe managed to salvage a point out of this game. Despite everything that I tried there, I slid in to stop Marvin Sordell scoring, but it was great play to find the space in the middle. And after an absolute insane, what do you want to call it? Conveyor belt of production line of Burnley attacks, they do manage to salvage a hit on the post, but that's pretty much the closest they got to unlocking the door, until of course here Stones holds the ball up, plays it here, Eto gets it, Eto lays it off to Barry, Barry drives forward, does see the man wide, finds Eto skips past the defender, plays it into Atsu. Atsu tried a first time shot and he just falls. Did Atsu just die? Atsu just died. Atsu literally just got shot. I have got to replay that. Seriously, but either way, John Matip, the man you expect to be on the end of the cross, puts the cross in. It ends up nowhere, and eventually the Burnley player gets it under his possession. But Eto here, he is tackled, but falls back to McGeady, the winger. The winger drives into the only third space that he can find. He managed to get past the defender and cut inside, but unfortunately, again, couldn't quite find the back of the net. So a decent result against a Burnley team who fought and battled very well in the second half to get that goal back in a game where we should have really been 2-3-0 up in the first. So yeah, a pretty poor result in a way against Burnley. But we do go into this massive Europa League game against Poznan, and every Europa League game in the group stage from now on is huge. Because of our bad start, it means that we have really came into this group stage and really should have shook it up a bit, made everything very close. Because every team that we played has got a point against us, except Fiorentina. It means at least a point that is, it means that, like, because we beat Fiorentina had already accumulated 4 points before that. It is so close. And I tell you something, this was just a perfect game to match us up against. Poznan, of course, the team that City got the famous celebration from, is the team that we are playing today. And the shot was unleashed there, but unfortunately it is driven to the corner, and eventually we do end up conceding the throw-in, but that means nothing in the end. But as the player here is tackled, Barkley finds a great bit of distribution around the corner to Naismith. Naismith beats him with his pace. It was a good shot, and it really, really was close. But we do draw a corner. I believe that was a deflection on the way through there. But McGeady here, he whips the ball in towards the centre spot. Barkley was the man trying the header. Didn't work out for him. But, you know, either way, we go in at half-time on level terms with no breakthrough or no goal so far. We'd like to amend that in the second half, try and get that brilliant breakthrough which this game needed, because it needed a bit of magic, it needed a bit of flair to spark and brighten the game up, because it was very, very dull. And until this moment, it didn't seem like anything was going to happen, but it does, in the end, not only flick the outside of the post, it was offside. It was a great step up there from John Stones, I believe that is, or Phil Jagielka maybe, because if he wouldn't have just stopped there for a second, then he would have been onside and it would have been bad. But straight from that free kick, it's passed out from the back. Absolutely great, typical examples of playing it out from the back. And what the hell just happened there? I thought I was going to have to skip it round the keeper because, to be honest, the keeper hesitated and he made the bad decision. But McGeady's pace, I didn't expect to get it in the first place. But when he did, I knew that the follow-through of his pace, the absolute momentum that he had, would take it round him. But what did the keeper do? He stopped, he hesitated, and then he dived the other way. Look, he dived at the moment that it pretty much hit the net. Look, and then now he dives. What the hell? What on earth is that for next-gen goalkeeping? I mean, yeah, it's all fine and dandy, we're 1-0 up, but I really don't like it when it's in circumstances like that. I'd prefer to draw a game 0-0 than win it 1-0 when it's a stupid goal like that, and especially when they're playing it back here, they end up on the back foot in the end because the ball is found in midfield by us. Struman passes it through to Naismith, and as they pushed for the goal, Naismith manages to get another chance, tries to take it round the player, doesn't work in the end. That's the result of Struman's midfield position. Barkley plays it to McCarthy, back to Naismith, and Naismith doubles the lead, makes it 2-0, and that could be an absolutely insane and very, very important goal in our Europa League campaign. And I did just want to say, this is England. It is absolutely tipping it down our side. And when I mean pouring, literally water's collecting on the edge of my window. I'm just looking at it now. Jesus Christ. So if you do hear any rain or thunder, then, you know, England's become tropical recently. So don't blame me. There's Lukaku on the bench. I love that. Showing scenes of players on the bench in bibs. So that's quite cool. But Osman here, he manages to run through. He's got the space that Poznan have left open, and this seems to be a reoccurring problem. Not the fact that I can't score a sweaty goal and McGeady can't quite finish it there and can't quite get in on the follow-up. The fact that when the teams go all-out attack, they do get hit on the counter very easily. Arsenal is a prime example. But that does bring us to the end of this episode. If you did enjoy, make sure you smash that like button. If you want to see more, make sure you subscribe. I know we probably could have fitted in 3 games in this episode, but I am sort of rushing for time at the moment, so I am sorry about that. But anyway, like I said, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time, but we just have to have one more scene, or maybe 3 more, of that great Atsu fallover.